Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Got my boy Repeat up. So not doing this right.
Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy.
Refueling complete. Rearming complete.
Welcome if you're just joining. I had quite an evening figuring out why my PC did not want to go from 16 gigabytes of RAM to 64 gigabytes of RAM. And after about 4 hours of hair pulling and nail biting, I did it. We're running 64 gigs of RAM. I'm hoping that we'll see. Well, thank you, Bonkers. No, no one's told me that. I don't feel like I've been streaming long enough. Fuck. Alright, I got to... The reason why I'm not hearing anything on this, I need to make sure that my sound is coming out of my right things. Hold on one second. That should do it. How are the sound volumes? Is the music too loud? I feel like it's kind of loud. Yeah, I think that's still loud. There we go. Sturdy traffic. Oh my god, I don't know why I can't hear myself. I don't want to hear myself. Mic check. Search traffic with A10c, taxiing to runway 24 for a takeoff straight out departure. Very true, yeah. So, news for me, I upgraded my rudder pedals to the Thrustmaster TMRP, whatever the Thrustmaster rudder pedals are. They are super smooth, but very close together. I was rocking out Logitech's Flight Pro, I think, was the rudder pedals. And those were nice and spaced out, like feet were shoulder width apart. These are like, my knees are like 6 inches apart with these, whereas my other one's knees could be like 2 feet apart, and it was comfortable. In the mail, arriving tomorrow, I have the Warthog HOTAS. So yeah, the Thrustmaster Warthog HOTAS. Yeah, I'm noticing it can be. Well, I haven't really put in enough hours to on these yet. I got them yesterday, so. And then I spent all day today playing a game of Team Yankee, which is a tabletop mini war game, kind of like Warhammer 40k, but based with more realistic weapon systems, kind of like if the Cold War went hot, so based in 1985. It's a fun little game. Subject traffic myth A10c holding short of runway 24 behind F-18. Alright. So that's the F-18 pilot. He's on SRS. Yeah. Yeah, Snoop Dogg's playing over there. You see that? Just bumping the hydraulics. Wait for it. There he is. Yep, hitting that bass. Search traffic myth A10c taking runway 24 expedited takeoff. Departing straight out. Flaps full down. Oop, let's point nose down the runway. Slew mode from FSX. I don't know. Turn nose wheel steering off. RWR is kind of loud.
Watch out, you're gonna take a longer strip on the runway. There's in the middle of the T4 crater.
Roger. Thank you. It's quite the crater in the middle of runway 24. So, to traffic myth A10c, clear of runway 24. Be advised, there is a very large crater in the center of runway 24, so stick to left or right. Let's go gear up, flaps to 10%. We're going to go to waypoint 8. The server's got like 45 minutes before restart, so I went a little light on the payload, so I've only got 4 Mavericks, the AGM 65 hotels, and because I learned
Pull up.
I thought I told her to shush. Finally learned how to force correlate with the 65 hotels. It's not difficult. It's just TMS up short when the MAV is sensor of interest. So let's go ahead and turn our weapon systems to arm. Turn our targeting pod on. Trim. Let's look over here on a Maverick. That should be on, and this should be target pod still lining in. Let's take a quick peek at our TAD. Let's zoom out there. So. Alright, we're heading up to waypoint 8. Doesn't look like there's anybody up on the TAD there. That little 39, I think that's the little drone. That beep is the RWR saying there's a new radar contact. Oh yeah, no, it's still too loud.
Lining up and holding runway 06.
Oh, I need to roll 254, so let's do that real quick. So, cha-cha-cha. Trim. We want to go over the mountain, not into it. Double check all of our switches, so those are good. That's good. We got air, we got pitot heat, lights and stuffs. And oh, come on, that was... See, my track IR, whenever I try to look down to my left hip, it always stops and hiccups. Yeah, but the RWR is kind of center of view right there, or not really center, but just off center. So it is handy. And the first good bit, I really had no idea how to use the RWR. So it's been a really useful tool for helping find targets, what's painting you, where they're painting you from.
We're gonna land at Nalchik and we'll be back on station.
Alright, trim. Let's check out our ground speed, CDU. We're going to 76. If it's just under 5 minutes a mile, or 5 miles a minute. So it's 70 miles, quick maths. That's 14 minutes. Air to ground. Alright, so now that our targeting pod's up, our Maverick's up, we're going to tell everything to look at Mav. Come on, Mav. There we go. Look at waypoint 8. Using China hat long. China hat forward long. There is a difference. I have the AVB8 or AV8B or Harrier, whatever you want to call it, and I haven't really gotten any time in it. Mostly because I've been trying to really nail down flying the A10. I feel like if you can get proficient in one aircraft, a lot of those skills that you learn in that aircraft, regardless of the aircraft, will translate fairly well to the other ones. I'm going to put myself on path hold, and I'm going to change that music, because, it's cool and all, but I'm good. Nope, that, there we go. Yeah. Sure, anything but that. Alright. So welcome. Sorry I didn't stream that much yesterday. I ended up with, I was going to be back in a couple hours, and then here I am like 24 hours later. So to catch up, the few of you guys who just joined, I've just installed 64 gigabytes of RAM. Upgrading from 16 gigs. Here's a lot of fun. Capability truly shines during the night. The only thing that's annoying is whenever you drop any kind of ordnance, the thing just says, nope, time to turn hard, dude. Yeah. That's a real issue, though. Balance, man. That's why I like the Hog, though, man. She can carry all kinds of stuff. But you definitely notice it when, if you fire these two Mavericks here, you're really starting to pull the left wing down and behind you. So you got to trim forward and to the right. Yeah, 200, 300 R bombs, bad idea in a Harrier. I can imagine. So not only did I install 64 gigs of RAM into this computer, um, hopefully eliminating the last and final potential choke point that I've got. So, which means I might be able to start streaming in VR. I've got an HTC Vive headset, VR headset, and the whole reason why I prefer Track IR to the Vive is in Track IR, I can read all this stuff easy peasy. I can go to the DSMS page, read all that stuff. I can look at the profiles and just have no issues understanding. Let's go. I don't have any GB tools, but I don't have any issues understanding and reading all that clearly and quickly. And even more so, like this information right here. To me, I feel like all of that information is super important, even if it's not super relevant exactly what digit my right engine RPM is on. You can see it at a glance, but to me, I like to. And with the VR, it was just everything is just kind of fuzzy, like you're looking through a screen, and it's like you've almost got it. But as far as like flying the aircraft, like being heads up out of the cockpit immersion, it's amazing. I just really wish the clarity was there. And the primary reason why I fly with Track IR is I feel like 16 gigs of RAM wasn't doing it for me as far as performance with my computer, because whenever I would hop into anything multiplayer, it would gray screen, it would kind of chunk up and freeze up on me, which is it's no fun. You can't really fly an aircraft if every 2 seconds your screen goes gray. It's not a good time. So that's why I've been kind of sticking mostly with Track IR and learning the systems this way, because once I feel like I get proficient in with the 3 screens of Track IR, transitioning over to a VR headset, it's going to be a lot more muscle memory than it is finally like figuring out, okay, which one of these 2 sets of Mavericks is my AGM 65 hotels, right? I would be able to look and be like, oh, those are the white ones, those are my hotels. Look at the green ones, obviously those are white. But you see what I'm saying? Track Cat refused to pay the price of Track IR wants. Yeah, I for a very long time I was scraping pennies, and I went as far as buying a $10 webcam and trying to figure out how to build my own Track IR from scratch. But after that failed experiment didn't work out, I ended up forking over the $160 for the Track IR Clip 5 Pro whatever, and I don't regret it. I really don't. I really like it. All right, so we are going to be in visual range here shortly. About 40 miles out is when you can start to see targets pop up. There's the smoke. So now, sneaking suspicion. Yep. So that's a little hill right in front of the target area. So we're not high enough. That in combination of we're still too far. So we're going to keep climbing and keep approaching and see what we can't see. So in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and switch to, let's see, I got to change. Nope. There we go. So swap to CCIP. Now I have the Maverick selected, so that says Maverick on the top left corner of the screen instead of just sensor. If I were to select, say, my bombs, right, and go to that, you can see how that sensor pops up. I select the Maverick, and boom, Maverick. Okay, sweet. So now that is the physical Maverick and not just the Maverick sensor locking on what I want. Let's see. Very tiny difference in smooth trajectory. Yeah. But I mean, like, you do get the program. I guess that's a big deal. I don't know. I haven't really messed with it too much. With Track IR, it's their software is a big thing. Um, and I mean, I saw a whole bunch of different customizable options. Like, I'm sure that the way that I'm looking around and how I'm having issues looking, like, boom, right there. I'm trying to look further back left, but it won't let me. Um, so I'm pretty sure there's some settings or something that I can set up to negate those types of issues. I'm just a little bit ignorant. Alright, so let's go ahead and make that sensor of interest. Channel hat short to zoom out, channel hat forward short to zoom in. Is your cam set to face your actual face? It's actually offset a little bit to the left. So, because I have my track IR stuff is on my left-hand side of my headset and sticking off of it by like 4 or 5 inches or however, it's a little bit. So I have my track IR camera on the left-hand side of my monitor, looking at me, and it's about level with the stuff, but at the press of a button I can just recenter. So if I really want to look over to my left, I would look over to the right, recenter the track IR, and I can do whatever I want over here. But then when I want to go back forward, I would have to recenter. Centered with the cam. Okay. So I wonder if I push this further to the left, like that, and then recenter. Yeah, well, at least now I can see, that stuff, the important stuff. So 28 miles to the target. Let's go ahead and white hot, and still a little hill. We should start to see targets though. Just give her another minute. Speaking of another minute, let's check the time real quick on the server. 30 minutes. All right. I know, right? It's such a big old slow pig, and I'm not like super heavy. Like the first few flights I was flying, I would be like all of the bombs on all of the pylons, and I would take off. But in this case, like I've got 4 Mavericks and 6 dumb bombs, and then the usual complement of 2 sensors and 2 anti-air missiles. Well, there's a main battle tank. Let's keep scanning the area. Little buildings. There's gonna be something probably there at the base of that smoke too. I see infantry, yeah. Alright, so what we can do, alright, because we know that this tank is back into the left by, a good amount. 300 meters or so. So what we're going to do here, because we have infantry at the base of this smoke, see those 2 little guys? I'm sorry, buddies. You're going to have a bad day. So track on point target, make that the sensor point of interest, slave everything to the sensor point of interest. So now my Mavericks, which I make that soy, zoom them in a smidge. My Mavericks, let's trim. Go ahead over here, go to altitude and heading hold. Yeah, we're up at 14,500 feet, that's plenty. So now, wherever this looks, right, as I move my targeting pod around, it's going to move the Mavericks around. See? So we see these two little infantry Huya guys right here. I'm gonna zoom in a schedule more. Smedgel right there. Looks like a couple of dudes with AKs. Sorry, buddies. You're gonna die today. Alright, and then let's make the Maverick sensor sensor point of interest. So that's why I mainly fly the Harrier for cast. So much faster, yes. Fuel consumption is trash, yeah. Compared to the A10, absolutely. 4 MAVs if you want to go nuts. Carry 14 GBUs, yeah. When I was thinking full throttle. Still have plenty to drop a GBU in return. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've been able to do all kinds of fun stuff with the A10 as far as, you know, staying on station. Like, I could probably drop all 6 of these dumb bombs individually and, you know, do plenty of gun runs and you know, there's plenty of time at station. But the absolutely the ability to land like a helicopter is just, yup. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and force correlate this. We're going to make sure that we are make sure our sensor switches to the center. There's that, and we're gonna go ahead and rifle, and we're gonna come over to this one. We're gonna zoom out. We're gonna move to the left. Now we're gonna actually also make it white hot. Where's our tank? Where's our tank? There's our tank. You see that guy right there? Yep, that guy. Okay, we're gonna force correlate. We're gonna go to the right. Gonna zoom in. There we go. And we're gonna zoom in, and we're going to say lock. Oh, yeah, forgot we need to have that switch in the center. Now we can lock and rifle. And because there's nothing really here to hurt us. That's not us. There we go. 124 Myth A10c rifle, infantry, and main battle tank in the open. Waypoint 8. You know, there are ways. There are definitely ways. Mark points. If you like, what I could have done was just mark point the infantry and mark point the tank there. So here goes the infantry. Sorry, buds. And if we hit F6, maybe we might be able to catch it in time. Yep, there we go. Nice, good hits. Sweet. I mean, see the destruction right there. Kind of still blotted out. So let's make that sensor of interest. There we go. Now we're on CCD TV. Zoomer out. Play hatch. Trying to hat forward short. Zoomer out. Yay, look, we did it. We finished it. We finished it. Nice. Alright, so now we need to RTB. I think the closest base is G base. We're gonna go to G base. Don't hate me.
3 out on an F5 at Angels 28.
G. That's 48 miles. Now we're gonna go ahead and make our target pod sensor of interest, reset it, and then have it take a look at that. You know what? There's nothing down there, but we're doing it. We're doing it. There's nothing on that red smoke, but I want to drop bombs on it. Come on, when I just want to autopilot.
Warning, autopilot.
And watch these go in. Nope, I'm not going to get them. That's not it.
Pull up, pull up,
Come on, don't do that, don't do that.
pull up,
What
pull
are you
up.
doing? There we go. That was not smooth. Again, there's nothing here. I just wanted to drop these bombs. Maybe watch them. Nope. I'm not so lucky.
Pull up. Pull up.
I definitely need to work on my CCIP bombing.
Pull up. Pull up.
No, it can't. When it starts turning, it starts getting to some funky air, and it starts getting a little wonky. So you can't really use the rudders the way you would on like a single rudder aircraft. I feel like it doesn't bode well for that kind of maneuvering. That would be cool. 10 A10s doing strafing runs simultaneously. Being spiked by an F-15. That'll be fun when all of the F-14s come out. What the fuck? Whoa! Where did that come from?
2 E3s out of the 247 station 3.
What the hell? Oh my god, these guys just spawned. Look at this. Look at all of these vehicles down. Hacks. The AI has hacks. I'm sitting there trying to do a fake bomb run on dead targets and new targets spawn in. Oh my god. Yeah, I deserve that, I guess. Wow. Yeah, it did say 3 minutes, but it's not supposed to respawn at the same spot. It's supposed to go to a different spot. That's silly. Excuse me. I'm gonna check these guys out. Come on, there we go. Oh my god, just all of a sudden there's just this massive chunk of dudes that just show up. Ugh. Isn't that like fighting the Viet Cong, or they're just popping up out of the tunnels, you know? Right? Well, I mean, that's usually what happens. Is, you know, if you're showboating a little bit, you don't want to be that guy that trips at the finish line because you're sitting there pumping your arms in the air, you know. Well, that was silly. Well, we could actually look at our scores real quick, and yeah, we should have 3 because we killed those 2 infantry and then the 1 tank and our 1 death to surprise missile launcher. So actually, before I start up, I'm gonna check the time. 20 minutes. That's not time. That's enough time. That's not enough time to get to a target area, but it's enough time to start up and do some pattern work if you're interested. So we'll do the APU start. I'll go ahead and get those going. We're going to, just to be safe, because I never like to leave home without them. And me, I like number 200, and from the 66.
Request rearming.
Let's get our air on. Let's get our pitot heat on. When that hits hundo, turn that on. Let's turn on our left engine. Turn on our screens. Right screen, left screen, anti skid, taxi lights, on, on. Make that thingy go away. Fuel pumps, on. SAS, on. Take off trim, set. Got disowned by your DCS friends for not pre-ordering the F-16. You know, honestly, my personal opinion on the F-16 is I will do what I've done with all of the DCS modules that I've purchased and refuse to pay full price for, especially when I've picked up the F-18 for like 40 bucks. I picked up the A10, a long time ago for like 20. The Huey, I think I paid like 30 bucks for, or even less. I'm not too sure. I haven't paid full price for any of the modules because Steam sales, they happen so frequently. And, you know, it's already been proven that when these aircrafts come out right off the bat, that they're not exactly as functional as they would like them to be. You know, there's patches and there's fixes and there's adding. So no, I don't want to pay $80 or whatever it is right now for an F-16 that may or may not be fully complete on delivery. So I'll wait. I'm okay with waiting. I love the F-16. It looks cool. It's It's iconic, right, as far as American jets go. Um, I I think it would be cool to fly. Right. I think it would be cool to have, but I don't really feel like I want to pay full price for it. That's just my personal opinion. I know the seat's not armed because we're gonna do this first, and then we arm the seat after we turn off the APU. Silly. Alright, that's loaded. Go to the CDU. Yeah, we're already started. There's nothing else we can do, and we're at 1.6 out of 4. So normally what we would do is we look at our stores, our weapon stores at the DSMS page, but we just have 2M9's Lightning Pod and AL-184 Jammer. Sweet. And so that's on, that's on, that's on. Suppose we can get some of the lights going. And those on a flat. Oh yeah, uncage all of them, and then can't wait on the HOTAS Warthog HOTAS joystick that comes in, joystick and throttle coming tomorrow. I'll have the switch on there to uncage the lights. Yay! I would love to get all of the aircraft. Like honestly, at one point, in the future, fuck, I don't know, 5 years from now, like it would be nice to have them all and be able to fly them all. But realistically, I mean, I already own like 4 of them, and I feel like I'm doing okay enough in the A10. Like the F-18 I can take off and land mostly. But sometimes the trim, I forget to set the trim properly, and that sucks. Uh, I can fly the Huey for the most part. Like I can take off, I can hover. I'm getting better at transitioning from forward flight into a hover. I can mostly land where I want to land. It's always a good thing. But the thing I love about DCS is the how you have to flip the switches to turn the thing on. See, I don't have the F-14 or the Gazelle or the KA-50, but I've got all those. Oh, yep, Flaming Cliffs 3, and I also I bought Combined Arms. I don't recommend it. This is the flight simulator, not a ground combat simulator. If you want that, get Arma. I don't want to talk about it. I wanted to see what the ground vehicles were going to be like, and they're... Oh, I'm sorry. Combined Arms, the ground unit for DCS, the ground stuff. Not recommended. Maybe on sale for like $3, right? Turn these on. Light switches are out. Nose wheel steering engaged. Search traffic myth A10c. Taxi to runway 24 for takeoff. Straight out departure. Okay. Oh, I mean, I played a little bit of the campaign. I played some mission editor stuff, and at the end of the day, DCS is a flight simulator. The ground isn't exactly, there's stuff on the ground that isn't amazing. Like maybe I was expecting too much from it, but in my opinion, I feel like if you want something that's a lot of fun, rolling around in tanks shooting at stuff, go to Arma, or hell, even the old Operation Flashpoints. Those were amazing. Those are some of my first mil sims that I started playing. Speaking of what, what is this in front of us? That's a Mirage, right? I'm gonna look. No, it's an AJS37. I don't know what that is. Search traffic myth A10c. Holding short, runway 24. Battle for the North, revamp. Okay. Okay. Nice. See, that would be fun to do. I wouldn't mind taking on, a mission designed for a crew of people. Um, I'm not gonna say that my skills are amazing, but I know how to fly to a target area. I know how to engage targets a little bit. Search traffic with A10c, taking runway 24 for takeoff. I'm gonna stick it to the very left-hand side of the runway. Full flaps down and throttle full. Flaps down. Ooh, where are you going? Still got to get used to these rudder pedals. Nozzle steering off, and we are super lightweight, by the way, because we only have a couple of things on here, which is fine. So that pothole, or the runway divot, whatever you want to call it, the boom marker, that guy right there, that thing, gross. No thanks. I don't know. I like full flaps. It because with full flaps at 135, I can just pop right back up. I know the tutorial likes, well, to be truthfully honest with you, I take off with full flaps when I'm loaded up pretty heavy. Otherwise, she's not getting off the ground, and that's just kind of a habit that I created for myself. So, but yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Full flaps are generally used for landings. We don't have much
Pull up. Pull up.
time left on the server, so we're just going to do a little bit of pattern work. And do a little what is this, left-hand pattern? Climb up to like 2,000 feet.
Pull up. Pull up.
Trim, 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 trim. Rudder pedals. Got to get used to them. I'm moving my feet around on them, and that's just like, eh. There's 2-4. I kind of want to land on 2-0 because of that. Yeah, man. Then hey, the what is it? The Steam Fall Sale. And Steam also does a big Cyber Monday sale, Black Friday sale. So that whole weekend in November, man, Steam, like a lot of their games go on sale. Why am I banking? I don't need a bank yet. And you can just do that. Double check the F10 map to see that we're clear. Yeah, we're clear. So traffic myth A10c, turning downwind to land runway 24. Gonna land runway 24. Downwind. Eee.
Pull up. Pull up.
And turn in. So to traffic myth A10c, turning final runway 24.
Pull up. Pull up.
Alright. We overshot our turn just a smidge, so let's go ahead and power all the way down. I'm locked by something. MiG-29, Su-30. Let's go ahead and speed brake. We need to be under 200 to extend the gear safely. Alright, and we're going to introduce a little bit of shoulder into this. So
Altitude,
that's left
altitude.
rudder and right aileron, just to give a side of the aircraft into the wind to expose more surface area to slow down quicker. So now we'll go flaps full. Line back up to the center line. Yeah, that's a Su-33 that's spiking me at 30 miles. Flaps, or speed brake in. Point our nose at the numbers. A little bit of go. And a little flare. And butter. Let's get off the runway so this guy can go. Trying to slow down. subject traffic, myth A10c, clear of runway 24.
Subject Bonze 12 entering runway 06 and taking off.
Bonze 12, be advised you're going to want to stick to the far left or far right of the runway. There is a crater in the center of the runway.
Copy, thank you.
Just passing off some friendly advice. And I'm just kind of derping around right now because we don't have that much time left on the server. It is 7.5 minutes. So let's see if we can't watch this guy take off. Where is he? No, he's probably already gone.
Subject Bonze airborne.
Yeah, he's
Runway
gone.
06 clear.
So let's check our ground speed function hack. Clicky clicky. And we're going 23, 26, 27. But yeah, I would love to do some kind of like large campaign where, you know, you've got to, it's not just a single, you go and you fly the mission and you're done, but no, you've got to go to fly step A, you know, or step 1, step 2, and then step 3, and then maybe everybody's got their role. Could be fun. Interesting place for flagpoles. I'm just saying. So I'm really happy to say that the 64 gigs of RAM have made a difference. You know, I've been able to do all of this all online while streaming, while Google Chrome tabs are open, with TrackIR running, and you know, at SORAS radio, and I haven't had any issues. Bombing ports, naval carrier help. That would be cool. Now the other thing I want to get is, I know they have at least 3 or 4 different campaign modules for the A10. I haven't even played all the way through the first one. All of my time has been on multiplayer. It is a lot of overkill. But I went big or I went home. Yeah, they really are. The whole thought process behind going with 64 gigs, because I had 16. I felt like the only thing that was holding me back for like VR stuffs was my RAM, because if I were to get into VR on, say we'll do 10% flaps just for you, and we'll make sure we're on takeoff trim too. It's kind of important. Maybe pointing down the runway too. So, but yeah, no, it was either that or 32 gigs, and honestly, I was like, well, if I'm building this PC to last me, you know, 10 years, to be able to do all the things that I want to do, to stream,
Pull up.
you know, I want to be able to set a game to max graphics, set it on all 3 monitors, and never have it drop below 60 frames a second. That's what I want out of my PC. And I want to do it all online, and I want to be able to stream it while I'm doing it. And that's been my thought process with this PC for a while. That's why I've, you know, dedicated solid state just for the video games, solid state just for Windows. You know, I got the
Pull up.
8 gigabyte video card, the 2080. And yeah, I mean, I'm trying to do everything that I can, because like before, that would be an issue, you know, like things would start to slow down a little bit. I would lose frames just by dropping the mirrors. You know, and I thought about that too. Because I've got my old PC, my old tower still. and it could potentially just be a dedicated stream box, but that just seems like a lot of work. Why can't I have it all in one? You know?
Could be traffic, not just an emergency fuel going indirectly. Runway 30.
Warning, autopilot.
Oh, I thought I turned autopilot off. Study traffic with A10c, turning downwind for runway 06, full stop landing.
Pull up, pull up.
Yeah, they do, and I have not really used them at all. Like I probably should, just for more situational awareness. I get shot down all the time in the A10. Overshot.
Pull up, pull up.
Betty, this is why we're here. I don't know how many times we need to go over this, but I'm trying to land. Pulling up is the last thing I need to do. Deploy the air brakes. Get under 2 hundo.
Traffic on 7 and a 5 mile. Additional emergency fuel, 100 pounds left.
Oh, good luck, buddy.
Altitude, altitude.
Flaps full. More speed brake. We need to stick to the right hand side of the runway because of the little pothole. And flare and butter. Let's roll this one out because we know there's that crater up here. Let's give me to the right.
Copy traffic, 957 and final.
Once we roll past this pothole or this crater, there's someone or something so happily put in the middle of the runway 06 and 24. Go ahead and put down those, apply wheel brakes, turn on nose wheel steering, and we'll roll to that taxiway straight to the left. No, people will do that, honestly, and what it really is not so much people who are good at the game and troll, you know, and they're like, oh, I'm so badass, I can go and acquire targets really quick and do whatever. It's just people who don't know how to play, and so they join a server, they can't find a target, they don't know you know, they're just ignorant, you know, and it's not willful ignorance, they just need to learn. And so they take off, they look around for a little bit, and they can't find anything. They see that they can see friendlies on the map, and then they go for that, right? They go for the easy target because that, you know, it's that instant, immediate gratification that video games have been tailoring everybody to. And you know, games like this, there goes the server. Games like this, a study simulator where you need to know your aircraft, know the systems, and you know, there's a lot that goes into it. Doesn't really, you know, it doesn't click with the young crowd or the instant immediate gratification crowd. There you go. Then that was somebody just being a troll. I hate it. It's annoying. But what can you do? Some people's kids, you can only control yourself. So we're gonna wait a couple of minutes for the server to restart. I'm gonna take off my track IR so I can walk around my office real quick. Ta-da. Okay. Open up my little mini fridge and grab me a little adult beverage. I'm kidding. It's not an adult beverage. It's a Dr. Pepper. Oh, my snake's hanging out. So I have 2 ball pythons. I have a male pastel exanthic and a female albino ball python. No, that I have not bred them yet. I will eventually. It's not anything I'm looking to rush into, but they're pretty cool. Well, you know, they're ball pythons, so they spend like 95% of their time, you know, in their little cage, you know, hanging out in a ball. So yeah, seeing him out stretching his noodly appendage, I suppose. It's kind of cool to see every now and then. Usually takes like 2 or 3 minutes for the servers to restart. Pwnzistor, huh? Is that how you say that? Like a resistor, but pwned? Nice. So what is BMS? Modification. Okay. All right. Because I saw that. Excuse me. There was a Steam sale for like the Falcon games, um, for like $4. So I bought that. So now I have Falcon 4.0, and somebody had mentioned BMS, and I didn't quite know what they were talking about with reference to that. So sweet. So it's a mod for Falcon 4.0. 4.0. Nice. Nice. Another thing I was seeing a lot of people say, at least on Reddit, because I derp around on there a lot, um, about the F-16 especially, was that, you know, if you really wanted to get your F-16 jollies, you would just go play Falcon 4.0 or, you know, the mod. Um, and I'm not really a mod savvy kind of guy. Like, that kind of stuff intimidates me. Um, you know, like downloading and modifying and all that craziness. No VR support. See, that's unfortunate. It's one of the thing I think DCS does really well is the VR support. I would like to see integrated hand things in the VR so you can actually, you know, flip switches better than the current status. Excuse me. So if you guys are just tuning in, we're trying to get trying to get back into the server here. It's just restarting, so we'll have some fresh targets. Play Falcon Porno. You're really gonna want to fly it with BMS installed. Okay, fair enough. I am interested to see with the F-16 release, because that means that they're gonna have to modify the mission, right? Through the Inferno mission to include the F-16 parking slots. I imagine shouldn't be that difficult to add, but I have a feeling you're going to be seeing a good handful of F-16s, fairly prominent flying cap. The in-game voice SRS. It's a third-party program, so Simple Radio Systems, and it uses the oh, I have no idea, brother. I wish I could help. These guys are smart though. Invalid. He knows what he's talking about. Video paused. Continue watching? Nah. Tomorrow I get the Warthog HOTAS. Should be here tomorrow by 9 p.m. Upgrading from a Sciatec X52 Pro, so that should be a lot of learning. Yeah, $500 with shipping, a chunk of change right there, but can justify it by assuming that I'm going to be getting at least 15 years of use out of it. Yeah, no, payday, man. That's really what it is. No, I just dropped $900 on stuff for my computer. The rudder pedals, the joystick. Oh, she knows. She's well aware. It's something that we were able to just barely budget. Like, I'm going to be broke for the rest of the month, but hey, I'll be busy flying airplanes. So I can fly airplanes and be broke. I'll be happy with that. But you know this X52 HOTAS, I've had it for 5 or 6 years, legit, and it's still kicking strong. And it's made out of plastic. You know, it's fairly. I don't want to say it's cheap, but it's it's held up really well. Um, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I can't wait. Um, but yeah, my buddy has one, and for starters, it's a lot heavier than it looks. Like it's beefy. Even the joystick itself is beefy, but the throttle quadrant is also very beefy. It's one of those things that you're like, you tell yourself 2 hands when you handle this, you know. All right, server's back up, sweet. I gotta get my VR head or my IR head clip back on. All right. Oh, I see Repeat joined. Nice. Repeat's a guy that I've flown with a handful of times. Very smart, knowledgeable guy. Sweet dude. He's helped me out a bit. Yeah. All right, let's get some emergency lighting. Let's get that lighting on. Let's get the panel lights so we can see. Go ahead and close the canopy. While we're doing that, we know we can do that and that. Well, that's started. We can do that, air, pitot heat. Those are on. Let's get radios. Cha cha cha. Let's get fuel pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's turn on our stuffs. And that, and that, and that. Yep. And that, and now the CPU is on. APU, not CPU. I always mess that up. So we could do that. Now we can turn on our left engine. While that's turning on, select our loadout. We're going to go air to air. We're going to go lightning. We're going to go 265 deltas, 265 hotels. Get some variety. We want some jams and what say you? GPU 12, GPU 12. Rocket pod. Let's go CBU 97, CBU 97. Drop fuel to 90%. Put that up to 200, and then that to 66. Everything else looks golden like a shower. And
Copy.
yeah, I can't wait to lose the modifiers, but at the same time, I know it's going to be a fun little transition, you know, learning all of the stuff over again. Because I know, I'm trying to do it now anyways, but I know that if I've got like the targeting pod is, you know, TMS long, I know that for me right now, that's pinky switch, and then the one on the throttle, push that forward. So I'm going to have to refigure that all out. So they're sucking out gas. Left engine started. Let's start up the right engine.
Refueling
It's
complete.
on. All right, they're done refueling, so we can go ahead and turn on that. That. You. Shh. Where are you? Where? There you are. Shh. Okay. And then once the, oh yeah, we can uncage this guy. Put that back. Yep. Right. Yeah. Okay. Learning all stuff over, yeah. I'm hoping so. But it's more like a muscle memory thing, right? So
Complete.
the X52 Pro that I've got, like, it has all kinds of stuff. But I'll say this much: I have 2 hat switches. Yeah, 2 hat switches. One on the throttle, one on the joystick, and then a China hat. And I use a pinky switch modifier for all 3 of them. So that's basically what I'm saying is I gotta relearn is, you know, when I do pinky switch China hat forward, that's trim down, but when I just do China hat forward, you know, it's something different. So it's all stuff that I gotta refigure out. But it shouldn't be too bad. The concepts are still there. It's just the practice, right? Now we're all loaded up. Our engine's all started. Turn on our jammer. Come out, come out. There we go. And turn off our APU, arm our seat. We got 3 lights left. No, we don't. We got to do SAS. And 2, 3, 4. Takeoff trim is set. Radios are not on. No, I got to disconnect and reconnect SRS. Got to do that when you restart. Alright, now we're good. Radios are on. Now waiting on the lights. Check out our CDU. Time is 2.8. Let's check out our profiles. Let's go to the... Yeah, we can shoot those as singles. That's what the default is. GPU 12. Want to drop CCRP. We want to auto laze. We want a 15-second laze time. And save that. Go to the CBU 97s. Also CCRP and just save that. And I'm happy as a clam. Let's turn on our Mavericks. Targeting pod is on and aligning. And again, still waiting. We just gotta wait for this guy right here. Let's do a quick glance over all of our stuff. We need to turn this on. Come on. We need to uncage the lights. And it's left control P is the default. So that's one of the few things that I have to use my keyboard now. But with the HOTAS, I won't have to. So tomorrow, gents. Tomorrow, I can't wait. See radios and see that was... So what is this? What is that? What is this switch here? Friction? Friction for what? There's the flaps. HOTAS Cougar. Yeah? So, but on the actual HOTAS though, it has this, and I'm really thinking about using that for my speed brakes. That's what I'm thinking about using that for. Sorry, it's been this mental conversation I've been having with myself, because as it stands right now on, alright, come on, hold on 1 second. There we go. Now we can reset this. So, as it stands right now, on my X52 Pro, I have 3 little up-down switches. Is on the throttle itself, huh? I'll have to look at it. But anyway, so let's see. Nose wheel steering on, and we are good to go. Subject traffic myth A10c, taxiing runway 24 for takeoff, straight out departure. Under the radio switch, okay. I'll have to look at it. But yeah, anyway, so from left to right, I have these 3 switches.
Repeat on 124.
Oh, repeat, you're my favorite.
LOL. Where are you headed, man? I can provide some cap, and I've been flying with air trash. We can head your way.
That sounds amazing. Give me 30 seconds, and I'll find out.
Roger that, man. I'm gonna push 125 for interflight. You're free to join with me in air trash.
Roger, rolling 125. Got it, okay. Sweet. 125 myth checking in.
Oh, good. I'm just starting my engines at my Eagle, and I'll be taking off from Sochi shortly.
Roger. Looks like they've got 2 air-to-ground easy targets up, waypoint 3 and 7. Let me take a quick look at the map. I'll let you know which one I'm going to go to first.
Raj, and I don't have all that fancy nav stuff in the Eagle, so you just give me a rough bearing and range from Sochi where you're going to go, and I'll be there.
You got it. So waypoint 7 is there. Waypoint 3, oh my drapes. Where is it? There's waypoint 3. So I think waypoint 7.
Sochi traffic repeat in 1F15, taxi Sierra to runway 24, hold short.
Repeat, this is Myth. Heading of 25 degrees for 60 miles.
Is that 025 or 250?
025.
Roger, 025 for 60.
Alright, sweet. Sochi traffic with A10c taking runway 24 for takeoff, departing to the northwest, rolling to waypoint 7. So flaps down to 10%. I knew someone said something. Where? There it is. Alright, come on. Reset the view so I'm not... Okay, this is... I need to sit up straight and then reset the view, right? Turn off nose wheel steering, point the nose straight down the runway. Excuse me. Oh, for zoom, okay. That's not a bad idea at all. And rotate at 130, 135. Keep going up. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Gear up. Flaps up. Sochi traffic, Myth A10c, clear of runway 24, rolling 254. Trim, trim, trim. Waypoint 7. Turning right. And all of this stuff's a little bright, so let's go ahead and turn off our emergency cockpit cockpit lighting. Now let's go ahead and turn that down. Sunrise should be popping up over that way. Should make for a pretty flight over the mountains to waypoint 7. Night flying's amazing. It's not really night. It's dawn. Oops. Oh, we shot the past the Huya thing. Yeah, you have to set a VR zoom. It's a different zoom. Let's go to path hold. So not very smooth at all. Path hold. So if you were to try to get a friend into this game who hasn't really been very big into flight simulators, what would you recommend be the first module they purchase as their first purchased module? Not the free-to-play stuff that you can get, but, you know, which aircraft would you guys recommend? Yeah, Flaming Cliffs 3, I agree. That's 2 for FC3, yeah. It really is the best bang for your buck, I feel. You get, it's like 3 or 4 aircraft. I don't know what I selected, but I gotta... Oops. Alright, so let's check our ground speed by function hack. Ta-ta-ta. Okay, and let's change our Betty screaming at me from 500 feet to 5. Yeah, very simple. Absolutely. Makes it a lot easier. Yeah. I asked because I was showing my buddy a couple of clips from my Twitch stream, and he thought that it looked entertaining, and he was worried that the high fidelity cockpits would be too difficult. He also has some other stuffs going on with them. But I would really like to see him be able to sit down in an aircraft, hit a couple of buttons to get her started, and be able to have a relatively straightforward, like, I'm going fast, I'm engaging targets. Just something for him to have fun. But he's not much of a flight sim guy, so I don't think he cares about, going to the DSMS page and doing all that other nonsense or what have you. He just wants to get in and get going. But that's just me being me. It's what I usually do. I try to involve the stuff that I'm doing with everyone else, or at least I try to get them involved. Invited another buddy to play that game with me this afternoon. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right and valid. I think a good flight simulator for that is Tom Clancy Hawks, Because I got that game, and that's pretty much like unlimited missiles and all this. Yeah, I'm good on that. Yeah, Bonkers is really good point.
Clear 125.
Alright. I'm setting up my comm 2 and I should be good to go.
Roger, I'm gonna take off, because Myth is already airborne. He's in an A10. I believe he's up this channel.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 254, and there are some flankers inbound, basically to his position, so I'm taking off.
Alright, sounds good. I'll head that way.
Ooh.
Yeah, we have flankers that are northeast about 90 mile. Roger, northeast.
125, this is Myth. I am 45 miles from waypoint 7. ETA is about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, somewhere around there. Those flankers are 80 miles off of my nose at 10 degrees, so they are burning right to me. So they're going to close range pretty quick.
Roger, I just took off from Sochi and turning to engage.
Roger, love you long time. You know, I don't know. I've tried to get some of my friends into some of the things that I'm interested in. It doesn't really ever turn out very well. But that's what makes people unique, that you teach their own. I'm not going to force somebody to do something that they don't want to do. I've always been a big fan of flight simulators. Like, I remember flying, there's like Microsoft Flight Simulator like 93 or some shit like that. Or I remember there was a Tomcat and there was a Learjet. And those were my two favorite things to fly. But they had basically like the same flight characteristics. It was kind of sad. Okay, so I have two Su-27s bearing 048. So just that way at 31,071 miles. They are up. Maybe? No. This should be high enough that I should see contrails, to be honest with you. Look at that sunrise, though. Hold on, I gotta do it. I'm doing it. So pretty. Alright. You want to get me into BMS? You know what? Again, it could be something fun. I'm interested. I've got. I went and bought the $4 Steam grip pack of Falcon, so I've got it. I just got to get the mod, right? All right, so now we've got eyes on the target area.
254, 1 by 15, 7 by 1, northeastbound from Sochi, engaging two flankers.
So that is my boy Repeat and his boy, and they are running cap for your boy Myth. Do I hang out on a Discord? Not really. I'm not a big fan of Discord. Discord lets everybody know what you're doing and where you are and stuff like that, and it makes me nervous. I'm a paranoid guy. I'm also a pretty private guy, but you know, if I'm streaming and I'm doing stuff, I don't mind chatting with you guys. You know, you guys seem pretty. There's a Shilka. So I'm looking for important targets that are going to shoot back at me. Targets like none of those guys. It's not Google. So those are AA trucks, so they're not really a crazy threat. More AA trucks, fuel trucks. What is that, a BMP maybe? I don't know. No, what I mean by they let everybody know what you're doing. So like if I just want to play a quick 3-minute game of like Overwatch or whatever, I don't want all of my buddies on my friends list to hit me up and be like, yo dog, let me get in on that game, because that's usually what happens. And it's like, it's nice, but at the same time, like if you're just trying to chill out You know, you want to take 20 minutes to yourself. Yeah. I'm not horribly technologically savvy, but no, you've got points there. That's definitely something you could do. So what I'm looking for here is I'm looking for anything like one of the missile launchy guys, and that guy looks fishy. This guy looks fishy to me. He's fishy. That could just be a main battle tank looking straight on, but I don't know. What is that? That's a main battle tank. Those are trucks. Trucks in the main battle tank. What is that? BMP. Trucks. All that stuff could die to minigun. What is this? This looks like a command BMP. More trucks. Shush. Those are gun trucks. That's the target. The primary target. There's a Shilka right there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth one in. Sixth. Sixth from the left. Remember that, okay? Because we're going to do a thing. I'm going to take this out. Because again, I'm pretty sure that's a shooty. Do I use mark points? If I remember correctly, that's TMS left short, right? Or is it TMS right short? I don't remember. I just did it. I did left and right on that one. TMS right short. Okay, sweet. And then I can go over here, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Focus. TMS right short. And now what we could do is we could switch this over to mark point. Ta-da! And we got mark point A, and we got mark point B. Mark point A, mark point B. So, mark point A, mark point B. Actually, what we need to do is tell this to go back. There we go.
Please contact 2 flankers, 31,000 tracking south. Targeted.
Roger. Okay, so we need to make sure that...
You up on 125 still?
Yes, sir. Myth is 15 miles to target, getting ready to launch on a potential radar SAM site. Myth is 15 miles to target, ETA to launch, 1 rifle in about 30 seconds.
Roger, see your track direction.
015. I'm being spiked by F5 off of my nose at 10 and a SU-27 off my wing on my right wing.
Yeah, looks like the flankers may have just turned towards you. I'm engaging. Repeat, sorry, the 2 ship flankers north.
I'm going to be engaging the F5. That is 10 to 11 o'clock.
Roger.
Nope. That's what I want. So now we go up to here and we go to mark point B. And we slave everything to mark point B. Just like you said. 125 myth rifle times 2 waypoint 8 or 7 1 radar SAM 1 Shilka. Myth's gonna go evasive to run from these F5s. I'm gonna hit the deck. 32 seconds to impact on that.
37 miles from the F5.
I
I got the leader locked up.
332, 17 miles, 308, 30 miles. So he is 0.5. So that is 332. That's 17 miles. So that flank, that F5 is close. Come on.
I got at least one of them. Looks like I got both.
Pull up.
Hey Bonkers, thank you for tuning in, my man. Always appreciate the chat. Alright, so I've got an F5 on my dick. I'm gonna go ahead. Hey, we watched it go boom, sweet. I need to get rid of that. I need to do this. I need to do this. Yep.
Argo 521.
125, this is Myth. I'm going evasive. I've got an F5 on my 6-7 miles. I'm getting low, and let's see what happens.
Run south, run south.
Oh yeah, I'm already back to Sochi. Heading back to Sochi. Dropped all heavy ordnance, going full air-to-air.
Alright, I'm 18 miles out from
Master mode.
F5
That's
on
this one.
hill.
Haha, yes. But I don't know how to get to that, so I usually just click on them like that. That's the fastest way for me.
Try to fly southeast if you can. 150 heading.
150. Copy. Hold master mode for 88. All right, I'll try
Pull
that.
up. Pull up.
Ah, nice. Thanks. I learned a thing.
30.
I need to get lower.
Pitbull. Who's defensive?
Pull up.
I need to
pull
get.
up.
Homeboy's right there. Homeboy's back there. So if you're just tuning in, we've got a hostile F5 on my deck. Not bueno. TMS up, short, uncaged tight. Ah, it's a little swirly swirl. Okay. And there's another one, another mode where it does like a random seeking, I remember. Alright, so he's bearing 000. So he's back up that way at 6 miles. I can never spot these things.
Flash the F5.
Which one though? There's 3 of them. 2 of them. I'm not, well, he is locked onto me, but he's not spiking me. But I just need to get to an area with some hills, which we're coming up on. This way, maybe. Okay, so one F5 is dead. The one that is up is the one that's looking at me. He is heading 154. He is 18 miles, so he is heading in my direction.
Fox 3 on the second F5. Pitbull.
Pull up. Pull up.
Splash.
Yay!
He's still flying Fox 2 again.
No. So that tone is, I found out because it's, I'm looking at the sun. Roger. I was very confused by that the other day, where I was turning and I was looking into the sun through a mountain, and my Huya thing was going, "Beep."
Pull up. Pull up.
And I was like, why? And somebody, I think it might have been you, Invalid. But I learned. I gotta learn today. Alright, so we need to divert to, change this back to mission. And we can go to, we need to go master mode to nav, and then we can go to Sochi. 125, this is Myth. I am Oscar Mike back to Sochi, 45 miles. I dropped all heavy ordnance to run from the F5, so I've got to refuel, rearm, and I will be back.
Roger. Roger, and repeat's about to take off from Sochi.
Outstanding. Be advised, targets that were destroyed at the target area included 1 Shilka and 1 possible radar SAM site, or IR, whatever the guided SAM site is. That's not crazy good. SA3 maybe. Ah, killed 3 downward. Look at that. Not doing work.
SA3 is nothing to scoff at.
It's whatever SAM site's at the air to ground easy. What happened there was I used my pinky switch to adjust trim while I was talking on the mic, and it keyed up into a different channel midway through my talking. Whoops. Tomorrow I'll have a 4-way mic switch. Tomorrow. I can't wait, gents. It's gonna be amazing. I cannot wait. It's gonna be awesome.
Pull up. Pull up.
Do a little victory barrel roll.
Pull up. Pull up.
It's a 5-way, actually. Very well. 4-way plus push. Nice. Oh, I cannot wait. So I've played a little bit of Elite Dangerous and a couple of other things too. But what I really was looking forward to was getting that for this, you know, for all of this. Just so let's see. I'm gonna have this thing. I'm gonna have this thing, the trim, and this thing, and then all of this stuff. Oh, I can't wait. Oh man, this thing's just calling my name. You guys don't know, but I have a beautifully rolled something here. I don't want to say it on, you know, out loud. Smells delicious.
Air trash, you still up? I'm still up. I'm headed back to Sochi as well.
Roger.
I am a very paranoid person. I smoke too much pot.
Medial west to try to gauge these MiG-29s.
Alright.
That, and I spent 8 years in the military, in the reconnaissance community, and yeah, kind of, what is the word? Conditioned my body to operate in a certain mannerism that affected my way of thinking and sleep. To sum it up in so few words.
Repeats checking in 2541 by 15, 7 by 1, westbound from Sochi, intercepting 2 by MiG-29s.
Arm is itchy. Alright. So we really don't need these on at all anymore. Yeah, look at that pretty sunrise. Woo! Alright, so we're 24 now 3 miles out from Sochi, so we can
Air trash, I looked at the tech view of the
start dipping down a little bit.
last engagement before the server restart, and I was wrong. It was actually a guy. His call sign was Raw Paul or something. He was in an F-18 and he fired two AMRAMs at me from under 20 miles, and I somehow didn't get shot down.
There's air trash.
One of them off, but what about the second?
This is the guy who just talked.
I like the second dude.
No, you said he fired 2 at you. You got 1 warning. Did you ever get the second
There he
warning
is.
on the second missile?
It's hard to tell, because he fired them in quick succession.
See,
so I got
I'm flying with peoples.
indications, or missile launch indications by RWR, and then because it's an active missile, I separately later get like the indications from the AIM-120's radar in its own missile. I got that separate indication as well, but I only got one of them.
So the guy who's talking right now, that's him, repeat. He's talking to us, well, mostly air trash, who is right there. 125 tally on you, air trash. I've been keeping my eye on you back there. So our buddy Air Trash here has been flying Cap. He took out a couple of F5s for us and is escorting us back in. It was kind of nice for him. So we need to roll to 251 to let Sochi traffic know that we are inbound to land runway 24. 251, Sochi traffic, this is Myth, inbound to land, full stop, rearm, refuel, repair at runway 24.
And, I think I incorrectly said that it was a MiG-29, or sorry, a friendly Su-27 that would have been targeting me. The only reason I thought that is because I was getting flanker indications
There's the
on my
runway.
most of that time, but I think it was from a far-off enemy flanker, and it was just nails indications. I wasn't getting spiked. But, yeah, that raw Paul guy, he shot 2 missiles, and I think he realized his mistake, and then he broke off. But, yeah, that was kind of scary.
Man, I was kind of laughing when you called it out. I was like, I can't believe that guy shot at you.
Yeah, I mean, admittedly, I was kind of close, and I don't know if he's just not used to seeing an F-15 flying around or what, but also, right before that, remember how I said there were, like several friendlies engaging one enemy? Well, that one enemy used to be 2. It was a 2-ship and going against 7 friendlies. Those 7 friendlies fired a total of at least 20 missiles at the enemy 2-ship.
Sochi traffic with A10c on final, runway 24 for landing.
And they still didn't kill it until somebody fired a heater at, like, a range of 2 miles.
Landing gear down.
F-18 is right downwind runway 6. I have the A10 in sight. I'll extend my downwind.
Flaps are full. Why is he landing 6? He sees me landing 4, 2, 4, whatever. A little more air brake. Little up, little up.
I wish we could have helped him out so he didn't have to drop all of his bombs.
Oof, that was a
Yeah,
little,
it's just a
that was a little rough.
situation. There was 2 1v2s essentially.
What happened with your engagement? What were they, 29s?
I think they were flankers. Yeah, I got missiles off on both of them. They shot me right before I fired my, or they shot at me right
And
before I
nose
fired my
wheel
missile.
steering.
And then even though I went defensive and dropped chaff and flares, missiles still got me.
And check our ground speed. Function hack. We're good. Sochi traffic myth A10c, clear of runway 24. Taxiing to a parking area for rearm refuel. I don't think I need to repair. I think that while that landing sounded really hard, I don't think it was. We got to taxi over to the right area. It's right up this way, because we don't want anybody to spawn on top of us. That sucks. So we got a little trip up this way. 124. I was able to take out the 2 primary anti-air threats. There are a few AAA trucks and like 2 or 3 AAA positions, but I'm gonna load up with GBU-12s and some CBU-97s and have some fun.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna bring some pigs over there.
Don't want to go too quick. 37 is getting to be too quick. That's our ground speed there. That's us passing over to the center of the waypoint, I'm pretty sure. So the computer goes, wait, wait. So, awesome. Awesome. We got unvalid coming. So you can see we're on 125 SRS. I've flown with Repeat a bunch. I don't think he's ever been on the stream because I didn't start streaming until like last week, and him and I have flown a bunch before that. Never like officially together, just kind of like, oh hey, I know this guy. Sweet, we're in the same area. Sweet. And then we will have fun. Let's go flaps up. Nope, that's not what I wanted.
Request takeoff.
Shut up. So we're gonna go ahead and change this to GBU12s, change this to GBU12s, change this to CBU97s, 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 CBU97s. And take out the rocket pod.
What waypoint was that we were over by?
Waypoint 7.
7, thank you.
Get back up to, I mean, we could technically go the full tank, I guess, but we don't need to. So we'll do that and hit OK. Alright.
Request rearming.
It's bearing 025 for 60 miles from Sochi.
Roger.
Dr. Pepper. Delicious. Okay. I'm sorry if you're hearing like mouth noises. That's gross. Press and hold stat. Click on load. Click on stat. Click on load. We need to go and put these on to safe. We can't do anything on the ground anyways. So we got Invalid joining the server. Is he not quite yet? Not quite yet. Server's very, very not populated. So getting some more go juice real quick. Some more go juice and get some more boomsticks. I feel like if I didn't go full evasive and drop all of the bombs, that it would have been it would have just been a bad day. You know, those F5s would have caught up and shot me down, and yeah. Bypassing Mavericks this time. Let's see if that's going to be an okay idea. We'll start with dropping CBU 97s, followed up by the GBU 12s to pick out any hard targets that survive those GBUs, or CBUs rather. Alright, so now we need to wait until they say rearming complete.
Rearming complete.
Now we need to load all. Once the load all has happened, see there's homeboy over there, rearming, refueling, repairing, and all that stuff. And once load all has happened, little dots will come up on the left hand side. Ciao. Now we can go to the DSMS page and ta-da! So GBU 12, view the profile, single CCRP, laser on, 15 seconds. We want to see the 297 CCRP. Okay, sweet. And we're good to go. So, to traffic with A10c, taxi on runway 24 for takeoff, straight out departure, departing to right, waypoint 7. Thanks everybody for joining me. I appreciate you. For real. So to traffic with A10c, crossing runway 20. Runway 20 clear. Check the mini map real quick. Once we're not the mini map, rather it's not mini at all. It's the F10 map. Check me. Clear. So to traffic with A10c, entering runway 24 for takeoff, straight out departure. Flaps down 10%. Got done doing a mission and BMS had to bomb a war production facility. Nice. So a war production facility, is that like suppose that would be like a bomb making facility, but then that would just be like, I don't know. Maybe they sell war in little cans, you know? And rotate, gear up.
Pull up. Pull up.
Flaps up. And we are on heading hold, or path hold, sweet. So...
Miss no maps for you?
No, I took out all the dangerous stuff, so dropping some pickles today.
Nice. I see air trash is J South. That's some good stuff right there.
Oh yeah. Pigs away, man.
And it has 6 GBU 12s and 4 CBU 97s.
Connected, runway 24. I'll be northeastbound departure 20,000 touch.
Pull up,
Such G
pull up.
traffic, Meth A10c, clear of runway 24, rolling 254.
Yeah.
Thank you for the follow, I appreciate that. I don't know why I can't see, what am I doing down here, 254? I don't know why I can't see who followed me, I don't know where I would see that. Didn't pop up on my screen. Did it pop up for you guys? Bullets, tanks, jets, engine bombs. Okay, yeah. Productions for war. It's just the way it sounds. It's like if somebody was like, "Hey, man, you just went and bombed a production of Cats." Like you just went and bombed like a Broadway musical of people pretending to be cats. So I could just see like a bunch of like middle school kids like doing like a a play where they've got like a little junior Hitler and a junior Stalin and a junior like and they're all doing like some play, and you're just like, kill him. That's horrible. Why did my mind go that way? We'll shoot to the right of those hills. I've always been like this, man. One of the things that I would do with one of my buddies is to help keep ourselves awake when we were outside the wire, because we'd operate for 5 days at a time, conducting, listening observation posts, being forward observers, et cetera, we would try to think of like the most random thing that could happen right then and there, and just try to explain that. I can't even think of half of the shit that we talked about because it was just mostly to kill time. Be like, it'd be so fucking random if like all of a sudden out of nowhere, just like a golf ball just right in front of us. And then some dude, full golf attire, just kind of walks up, like old school, like 1920s golf attire, like the hiked up pants and the knee-high socks and the likes, and just totally ignores us, just tees up and carries on. That would be random. Shit like that. And besides, I still haven't smoked this blunt yet. It's still sitting here, just eyeballing me. Mostly because I don't want to, destroy your guys' ears with my coughing. That's not fun for anyone. No, but real talk, I used to drink 2 handles of Sailor Jerry a week to myself after I got out of the Marine Corps. And that's what I was using to cope with some of my issues. And that wasn't a very good thing to do. Started to smoke weed when a buddy's like, hey dude, I noticed that you have a really hard time sleeping. You're not in the Marine Corps anymore, so I mean, it's up to you, but it helps me out. So I was like, alright, I tried it. And sleep's come a lot better than where it was. And a nice healthy trade-off is I just don't have any real want or desire to drink anymore. I might drink a beer or a glass of wine a month now. Barely that. So that's one benefit, I suppose. I got to speak to the American Thoracic Society up in San Francisco about utilizing medicinal cannabis with my VA treatment, and that was pretty cool. Most of their concerns were just inhaling stuff, They're like, hey, have you tried edibles? Yes, I have. And they don't do the same thing because it's processed differently. So edibles will give you a nice psychedelic high. That's not what I want and or need. I just need something to relax me and help me calm down for bedtime. always try to practice good sleep hygiene. Anyways, let's start talking about DCS stuff, yeah? So let's take a quick look see at the map. We've got our good friend Air Trash off to our left. We have excuse me, Lieutenant Razor 957 to front over the target area, I think. Yeah. And then we've got Repeat doing work up here. What are you doing up here, Repeat? Let's look at this. Let's oh. That looks like a sad missile, Repeat. .43 miles to target area, moving at 281 ground speed. So about, again, at 300 miles per hour ground speed, we're going 5 miles in a minute. So every 10 minutes is 2 miles. So we're 8 minutes to the target. 125 Myth A10c, 40 miles from waypoint 7, ETA 8 minutes. Which also means that we should be able to, with our targeting pod, and let's go ahead and arm all of this stuff, and our Mavericks. No Mavericks. So we can just do targeting pod right there and DSMS page on there. Tell our targeting pod to take a look-ski over there. Let's make that our sensor of interest. We are climbing through 10,500 feet. It's pretty mountains. There's an F5 bearing 006. It's just off our left nose at 70 miles. Bearing 006, 70 miles. I think Repeat's doing work. Yeah, I think Repeat's doing work. We'll be alright. We'll be alright. So, let's separate these out. What do we got there? What's HN? What is that? HN. Different. I haven't seen that symbology. Alrighty. So. Nice. Nope. Trim just a smidge up because we still want to climb a little bit. And now we can start looking at this target area. Let's zoom out. Okay, we got a few things that have gone boom. Let's make it white hot. What do we got over here? Bunch of infantry. Okay. Well, infantry can have... Do we have any rocket launching infantry? What are the can't think of the words right now. The IR missiles. Or the heat-seeking missiles. Alright, so you know what? I like the look of this target area. Right, chia. So we are going to get a tablet and export the MFD displays to it, right? Well, I saw that they have the these buttons, the MFD buttons, and you could get like a little 10-inch screen. Like that's a possibility, you know. But that's. Yeah, no, I don't remember the. There's a special brand of. It's like it's a square monitor that's tiny. 125. This is Myth. Yes.
Roger, you at 13,000?
Yes, leveling out 13,000 now.
Roger, I got radar contact on you. Is Air Trash ahead of you just a couple miles?
I think so. He passed me a little bit ago. So he's definitely in front of me, but I don't know by how much.
Okay, I've got eyes on the target area. Yeah, I got radar on you about 40 miles in front of me. I believe pilot is air trash in front of you at 23,000. He's in a left-hand turn, westbound.
Roger, I just checked the F10 map and that is accurate.
Nice. It's good to know I can use my radar for good things.
Now, do you see the other F-18?
Negatron. Actually, I just picked up somebody behind you at about 12,000 feet. He's behind you maybe 15 miles.
Yes, there's someone there too, but there's also another person in front of me.
Air trash, was that you on 125?
Confirm. I got A2G coming down south now.
Eyes on, good effects on target, good splashes. Motherfucker took my target.
Lots of booms.
This one's mine. So now we need to...
I've got enough gas and missiles for one, maybe two engagements. So I'll hang out for a little bit. I'm up here in the high 3 block, because I can.
Go guns? Yeah, absolutely. Let me drop a couple of these CBU 97s, and then I've got 6 GBU 12s. I'm going to drop those on all the heavy tanks. And then all the other stuff, it can absolutely get ripped up by guns. Easy peasy, all day. But I was looking on Amazon for MFDs, and I found one that is basically like the outline, right? It's all of these buttons, and it has something like some ridiculous number, like 100 or like 64 different inputs because of all of the buttons, plus like a two-way switch to basically add a modifier. And you could pick up 2 of those, and it comes with like little cardboard cutouts, right? Just as a filler. But what people have done is absolutely integrated little displays behind there to make them functioning and working. I don't have the technical know-how, but I mean, like, I can use a hot glue gun. Does that count? Alright, waiting for the symbology to come up. We should see a countdown start at the top of that upper circle right there. Plug and play. Huh. I'll have to look into it. I can't spend any more money this month. That'll have to happen at another time. Alright, 15 seconds to drop. 14, 13. Let's see, let's zoom this out a lot a bit. 7 seconds, little to the left, that's fine. Press and hold at 5, let's level out. 3, 2, 1, chunk. 125 myth pickle, waypoint 7, GBU 7, correction, CBU 7 on infantry and vehicles in the open. Turn on autopilot, and let's watch this go down. See, I wish everything was plug and play. That's what, like, so my buddy was telling me about the RAM. He's like, yeah, the RAM should be really easy to install. Plug and play. Yay, easy. And then I watched like 3 or 4 YouTube videos from 3 or 4 different people, and then I also did some Google research just to make sure that...
Air trash, repeat, where you
Oh
at?
no. Wow, that dude.
I am Winchester on air to ground. I am RTV back to Sochi to load up some more.
Roger.
That was scary. But anyways, 4 hours later, and I had to take out the motherboard battery, all of that, dude. It was scary. Alright, so that was alright. I'm not entirely happy with the way that the CBU 97s worked.
A great view though off my left side of somebody marching. I don't know what it is. It's an F-18. That is awesome.
saw him earlier too. He's hauling ass towards I think the current waypoint where Myth is.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's zoom this out. Yeah, we want to find an area that looks good right there because we're spreading these out. And now we need to line up the lines. So we're about to drop 3 CBU 97s.
Roger. Myth, repeat. What's your weapon state?
About to finish dropping the CBUs. I'll still have 6 GBU 12s after this. So about 50%.
I have 3 AMRAMs and about 11,000 pounds of fuel, so I can cap for a little bit longer, but if I have to engage on anything, it's gonna deplete my resources, and there's bombers inbound to Sochi.
Roger, go for the bombers. I will Winchester out here real quick and head back as well. It's just the smartest thing to do. 125 Myth Pickle, waypoint 7, 3 CBU 97s, infantries, and vehicles in the open.
Roger, and I'm going to land at my comp, so I'm going to kind of be in this area, but break air trash, recommend you load up air to air and track northeast to engage the bombers. Roger.
Watch this blow up from up here.
I've got something coming in from the west.
There they go.
Reports, looks like I'm being sandwiched about 130 miles each direction from east and west.
That wasn't too bad.
Yeah, S5 from the west. I'm gonna ignore the S5.
Alright, we're going to push out this way. And just a little bit. And start dropping some of these GBU 12s. Drop them one at a time because we don't want to waste them. And they're laser guided, so it should be nice and juicy. Good targets. Alright, got a pair of SU-27s direct front. Yeah, direct front at 60 miles, heading 217. It's not quite that. It's about that way. So they're not heading directly towards us. I think they're heading to Sochi. Look. So I see what that is. It's the Tu-22s and escorted by Su-27s. They're all about the same distance apart, and they're all heading in the same direction. Talking about this up here, the EWRS. We are 5 miles away from the target. Let's make our targeting pod center of interest. Let's zoom it all the way out, so that way when we loop back around, which we start doing now, we can quickly acquire another target because we got a boogie. Looks like a good enough target for me. Getting pinged by the Su-27s. That's them painting me, nailing me, whatever you want to call it. So let's make sure that that is the... everything is... there we go. So TMS up long to make sensor point of interest, and then China hat forward long to slave everything to the sensor point of interest. Yeah, but the issue with those is they just take a lot of time to prep. Like if I wanted to drop 6 bombs on 6 targets in the same run, you know, I would have to find 6 targets that I could do that, prep the mark points, line them up, make sure I've got a good lineup, and then, you know, make sure that I successfully drop, switch the proper mark point, drop, switch the mark point, drop, switch the mark point, drop. While it's not impossible, I haven't done that yet. And let's go ahead and move that up a little bit. Plus, I could do that. Look, I just moved the impact of the bomb right onto that. 2 seconds, 1 second, and bye. Wonderful time. So there's one GBU at 12. And we are being painted still by those SU-27s. But yeah, I definitely need to expand my vocational skill set throughout the GPS guided munitions for sure. I've got laser guided munitions down; those are pretty straightforward. CCRP, CVU 97s and 87s are I'm dropping CCRP relatively decently. And I need a lot of work on CCIP bombing. That's basically it. There's... I know. So they are off my left engine up high, nice and far. We're going to rotate around. Pick another... come on. Too much. Is that infantry? Yeah. So that's going to be my next target. I want to watch these guys go flying when they get hit by this 500-pounder. Oof, too much.
Enfield 2-1, taxi to parking area.
20 seconds to pickle. I just noticed that my music is off too. Press and hold up 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, ka-chunk. 23 seconds to impact. Right there in the middle of all of them. Right on that little tire thing. 12 seconds to impact.
Warning, autopilot.
32 miles away, that SU-27. Two seconds, 1 second, and boom. Nice. Alright, so hey, this SU-27 is right on me. 125, this is Myth. I'm going evasive. Waypoint 7, SU-27 at 30 miles, spiking. And to help go evasive, they say that. Air to air. I'ma try. Do or do not. There is no try. Alright, so I'm trying to get a low, but I'm not trying to do it in an uncontrolled way. Heading south-ish to some hilly-er terrain. Check the scores real quick. 58. So I'm not being spiked anymore. That's kind of nice. But at the same time, it makes me go, but why though? What are they doing? There's one that way to the left of the left wing. It's according to the RWR, which is, you know, pretty accurate. You know, unfortunately, the server's relatively light as far as traffic is concerned. So I was kind of hoping, you know, and I could always just hop onto another server that's got a lot of people on it. I really wanted to test out a heavier load with the 64 gigs of RAM, and because so far I'm pretty happy with it. That's not what I wanted to do. Keep that in search mode. Keep going this way towards Sochi. Because what'll happen is those MiGs and those Su-27s and all that, they will have no issue shooting me down. You can set them on like easy AI and they'll moonwalk all over me, because they have all of the maneuverability and speed, and I don't. So they can outrun me, they can outmaneuver me. I feel like. Now I might be wrong. I might just be blowing smoke out my ass and just suck at the game, and you know,
Pull up.
I just
pull
need to
up.
get gooder. Kind of thing.
Pull up. Pull up.
I-21, taxi to parking area.
Pull up. Pull up.
We're fine, Betty. You shush. So they're 27 miles and
Pull
they're
up.
heading
Pull up.
202, which is about the same direction I'm going. They are going quicker than me for sure by like a good 100 knots. So I'm going to set altitude and heading hold real quick, and I am going to make that go. Yay. And now we have more music.
Enfield 2-1, Kaya, clear to taxi to runway 4.
Although, come to think of it, I don't know why I chose to fly all the way back to Sochi. There was probably a closer airstrip. I'm gonna look. Yeah. My Kapkanskaya. Damn it. 125, this is Myth. I'm about we're halfway back to Sochi and didn't realize that there was a closer airstrip, so I'm gonna go back to Sochi, refuel, rearm, and then head back and try not to do that again.
Roger.
I feel bad for those guys now.
Enfield 2-1, unable to clear for takeoff. Enfield 2-1, Kaya, you are cleared for takeoff when ready. Climb 300 at QFE 29.21.
So I think the Su-27 is escorting the MiGs. I don't know. I really don't. One of those guys is a bomber, and the rest of them are not. Apparently we got an Su-29 on our far right wing. That's our left wing. That's weird. It's really weird. Like I don't like it weird. Bearing 115. So yeah, it is about right there. Yeah, look at me. Come on. Come on.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
See, now they're coming my way.
Pull up. Pull up.
See, look, homeboy's burning 683, bearing 251. Off my left wing. Yeah. I'm gonna try something.
Pull up, pull up. Pull up, pull up.
Bearing 128, 12 miles, 10,000 feet. YOLO! Come on.
Pull up, pull up. Pull up, pull up.
Homeboy's at 123 at 4 miles and 121 at 7. It's 100 degrees.
Pull up, pull up.
Where are they? I really feel like it should be like popping up around them here shortly. That's the sun.
Pull up, pull up.
Come on, trying to tease these guys out, but I have no idea where they're at.
Pull up, pull up. Pull up, pull up.
I just keep checking my 6 because that's usually where they are.
Pull up, pull up.
Bearing 121, 10 miles, 12,000 feet and climbing. Well, they dropped down to like 6,000 feet and they were within 4 miles, but I'm pretty sure they had no clue
Pull
where
up,
I
pull
went
up.
because I have no clue where I went.
Pull up, pull up.
Betty. Shush. We are 10 miles from Sochi, so we're going to go ahead and go to Nav. Is that them? No, I don't see them. One, two,
Pull up,
one.
pull
So,
up.
well, this is all kinds of bad. 125. This is Myth. I think I might have made a little bit of a mistake going to Sochi. There is an SU-27, a MiG-29, a Tu-22, and a MiG-23, all within 20 miles of Sochi.
Yeah, I'm on my way. Looks like there's a couple of friendlies around there too.
Pull up, pull up.
Yeah, I'm currently fighting him.
Will that hit him? I don't think it will, but it made him sure as shit. Oh, I did him! Oh, I hit him! I hit him! That's a splash! Gents, I did it! I did it. I hit one. I'm not getting kicked out of the server, so it wasn't another player. Hey, it's another, where'd he go? Come on. I want to look at his death. We'll look at the scores here in a second, but we still have some more targets. 270, 2 miles, up high probably. I don't know what I hit. I hit something. We'll probably crash into the ground here shortly. Yep. There it was. Nice. I did that. Oh, Jeebus. Oh, Gobbin Jeebus.
Pull up. Pull up.
You cunt. Where'd he go? Where's the douchebag that just shot that at me? Where'd he go? I am like legit trying to dogfight in an A10 over Sochi with jets that are, oh god, he's on my 6, with jets that are bound to kick my ass.
Pull up. Pull up.
There he is. I think he just got hit. So 132. .319 at 3 miles.
Fox 3, make 23 over Sochi.
Oh my jeez. Come on. Come on. I lost him. There he is. Oh, he's up in the sun. That's bad. Come on, get out of the sun. There you go. 096. Oh, I got one.
Splash, make 23.
Fuck. Fuck. Nope, one of those is friendly.
Repeats targeted, make 23, which is,
It's invalid.
east of Sochi.
That's you, invalid. I saw you, buddy.
7,000 over the water.
I saw you, invalid. I saw you take out that dude. I was lining up to shoot at him. But I'm not just gonna launch all willy-nilly like. Down that way. Where are you at? Where are you at? 152, so that's him at 6 miles, 76,000 feet. It's the sun.
Splash second, make 23.
Pretty sure that was him just bouncing. Alright. I think I'm going to cage this up now. Because, nice. Well, that got exciting. I think I got another air-to-air kill, guys. Let's check this out. Yeah, buddies. I did it. Add another nose marking to the A10 for an air-to-air kill.
Nice. What'd you get?
I don't even know what it was, but it's dead. And I didn't get kicked, so it wasn't friendly.
Nice.
I double checked on the RWR. It was something. But yeah, I did it. And I got it on stream, so it's going to be a highlight.
Nice.
You guys saw it. Very nice. That's not 251. We never rolled 251. Sochi traffic myth A10c inbound to land runway 06 full stop. Winter from the downwind. I'm so sorry. I just burped in y'all's ear. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Keep pushing. And we're good to level out, I think. So, traffic myth A10c turning downwind for landing full stop runway 06. Looks good. The runway. We're 90 degrees.
Pull up, pull up.
That's good enough. And kick the throttle back. Do that. Double check the map. Let's look zoomy, zoomy, zoom. Runway looks clear. Anybody cutting in front of me? Nope. Sweet. Start our right-hand turn now.
Pull up, pull up.
A little soon. Little soon. We can fix that though. That's not a problem. So to traffic myth A10c turning final runway 06 for full stop landing.
Pull up, pull up.
The gear down. Let's get a little bit of air brake going. Let's get flaps full. A lot of bit of air brake going. We're still going kind of quick, honestly. Go ahead and cut the air brake. Do a little flare. Just a little one. And touchdown. Much gentler than the last one. But, I'll apply the nose brakes just a smidge. Go ahead and flaps up full. Go ahead and retract the air brakes. Keep going. Stop, stop. Let's turn on our CDU, or look at our CDU for our ground speed. We're going in our 50s. Let's go ahead and turn on the nose wheel steering. And we are steerable. Now, I probably should have rolled down the runway a little bit longer to get closer to our exit. So to traffic myth A10c, clear of runway 06, taxi into parking area. 125, this is Myth. I just landed Sochi. Give me a couple minutes. I will rearm your fuel repair and be back up in the air.
Roger. I think after this series of engagements, I'm going to be done with the night.
Alright, buddy. It was a pleasure flying with you. I missed you.
Yeah, man, and I'm going to be kind of light on the flying. I got some travel coming up, and
Well, let me know how the Viper goes. I'll probably pick it up when it goes on sale personally. That's been my opinion on it. I'll get it. I just don't want to pay full price for it.
It gets released. And once it's released, it won't be on sale.
Not even like a year from now?
Yeah, maybe a year from now, sure.
And by then, at least some of the bugs would be worked out, hopefully, if there are any. We'll see. Or at least you'll let me know, right? Get to our little parking spot. Alright, and let's do this. Actually, let me check. Let's see. We got Invalid doing work. Invalid, nice. 2 air kills, nice. You got Repeat with 8 air kills. You got a lot. You got big shoes to fill, Invalid. Oh, hold on one second. My wifey just walked in. 2 seconds. I think the stars have aligned. The timing is perfect. Repeat's calling it a night. My wife's going to bed. So I think that is that's the sign. Not too bad. We had let's see, a total of a 2.5 hour stream tonight. And after the server restart, we got 1 air-to-air kill and 58 air-to-ground kills without dying in the A10c. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for following me. I appreciate you for who you are. Thank you for spending some time with me. And you guys have a good rest of your night.